friends. So it is springtime. I have been loving a lot of things. So I thought I would collect all the things that I've been loving, especially during the springtime, and then just do a big video on them. I actually do have a really detailed list: beauty and clothes, home and tech, cozy hobbies, books, media and games, and food and drink. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is a hand soap. I love gourmand smelling things. So I found the perfect hand wash, and it is the Bath & Body Works Iced Lemon Pound Cake Hand Soap. This is so good. Also, look at the bottle details. It's like little spring flowers. The notes on this is glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy cake, and it straight up smells like an iced lemon pound cake. This smells so good, and the scent stays on your hands for so long. Like, this reminds me of 𝜗𝜗 from 𝜗𝜗. It's a really amazing fragrance, and I told one of my mutuals, because she's really into fragrance, like she needs to grab this and compare because this is so good. Now we're gonna get on to fragrance. I love perfume. These two fragrances they're so good, and I love them for the spring/summertime. So the first one is the 𝜗𝜚where Yum Bougie Marshmallow Perfume. This smells so good. This reminds me of like what Rosetta from the Tinkerbell films would smell like. I feel like Rosetta would rather smell like 𝜗𝜗, which is like a lychee rose forward fragrance, or she would smell like extremely sweet and like a confectionery. If you've ever been to like Disney World or Disneyland, and then there's the confectionery bakery, that is what this smells like. Disney pumps scents into the air, and that is what this smells like. The notes on this are, I think you pronounce it freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, creamy coconut, whipped vanilla, and pink musk. And the musk is not super forward in this, which I really like. And typically, I don't like sickly sweet scents, and sadly sometimes strawberry and marshmallow can be that, but this is not that. Like, this doesn't give me a headache like I mentioned before with the Bath & Body Works one. Like, this is just so sweet, like sweet and sugary and fluffy and delicious. I am spraying some more on myself right now. I love this perfume so much. As you can kind of see, I'm like halfway through. I love to layer it as well with my Le Labo Matcha 26 perfume, which is a very matcha forward fragrance. And I also pair it with my Diptyque Eau Rose Eau de Parfum. Okay, the next perfume I was gifted, which is really nice. It is Guava Grenada by Ellis Brooklyn. This is literally summer vacation in a bottle. It's so good. Notes of the perfume are guava juice, banana, Havalan melon, and vanilla. So if you're not really a fan of like banana / extra like tropical fruity scents, I'm not sure you would like this, but for me, I love anything fruity. I feel like I'm just on a tropical island eating a bowl of fruit, laying in the sun / shade and reading. I'm just living my all-inclusive resort life. I have very sensitive eyes. If I find a product that I really love and then I use it, especially mascara, and then my eyes are burning by the end of the day, which I really hate. And that's sadly what happened when I was using a particular mascara. So I just like stopped using it. I'm trying to be more conscious of what I'm putting around my eyes and certain things. I found one. This is the Haus Lab B-Structural Volumizing Mascara. This has not hurt my eyes all day, and I love it. I have no itching that's bothering me. I have no redness in my eyes, and I feel like I don't have to rip my eyes out by the end of the night. So, and it's also really volumizing. Last makeup thing, I was sent this product in PR. It is the Clarins Water Lip Stain. It's pink, and I'm actually wearing it on my lips right now, if you can see. And the color stays on here very well. Even after a whole day of wear, like this has stayed on my lips. And it also came in a couple other colors that I got in PR. This was the pink one, a red one, a mixed berry one, and then like a taupey mauve rose color. and it is so pretty. I love all of them. I think all the shades that they have are very complimentary between like their clients. So if you are a black girl, I think that all of these colors would actually look really perfect on you. Next, we're going to talk about some body care things. I want to talk about the 𝜗𝜗 almond care line. I'm not talk about this collection too much because I already did in my last video, but I did want to highlight them because I love these products so much. So the first one is the 𝜗𝜗 almond shower oil. This you use in the shower after you have done your bar soap and then your body wash. You use this after you're clean, still in the shower, rub it on your body, let it sit for like 5 minutes, rinse it off, and you will feel so smooth and hydrated. This smells like summer to me, and I might just register that because I went to Martha's Vineyard last May, and that's actually where I actually got these products and used them. So this smells like a really good quality like sunscreen, and also like very almondy. When you were a kid and your mom put on a really nice sunscreen and then you're swimming all day in the sun and you just smell like beach and you're in the sun, and you put on like body lotion and then you have like your sandwich and your chips and your drink and you're just laying out enjoying like the day. That's what this reminds me of. So after I get out of the shower, I will follow up with the 𝜗𝜗 milk concentrate. This is part of their almond collection as well. I talked about it last time that I thought the packaging was really pretty, very creamy and thick and luxurious. And then I will hit it up with the 𝜗𝜗 almond supple skin oil. This was my first product from them and it's just perfect. I love this stuff so much. Right before I start to feel like I'm about to fall asleep, I will put on the 𝜗𝜗 Delicious Hands hand cream. This is for hand and nail care. I love this so much and my hands feel so smooth after I was using this all winter long. I love this almond collection. I love 𝜗𝜗 so much. I'm so happy that I ended up taking the plunge because a lot of girls were talking about it on TikTok last year, and I was kind of just like, another like body care thing. I don't know if I want to try it. But then I got a little influence and I decided to try the almond oil, and I took it on my trip and I loved it so much. So I got more of the collection. Definitely, if you're looking for just some like more luxurious like body care, I think that this is a great starting point. So we're here to talk about not being stinky. And these two products help me not be stinky at all. The first product is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Solution. So this stuff is multi-purpose, but for what I use it for is under my arms and on my bikini line where I do shaving. So that helps with like ingrown hairs, any itchiness that could possibly happen. And I have not had any ingrown hairs or any problems ever since. And I also use this under the arms for odor. And yes, you should have a good deodorant, but if you're not thoroughly cleaning your underarms, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter at all. But after I get out of the shower, I'll put this on a cotton pad. I will just like wipe my underarms down, let them dry, and then I will then hit it up with the Secret Outlast Sweat and Odor Dry Spray, and the scent Completely Clean. If you do sweat, it doesn't smell bad. So next is kind of a new thing, but I have used it like twice and I really love it. And this is basically for my summer vacation, but it is the Vacation Shimmer Oil and SPF. Basically, it's the scent of their vacation line already, which is like very banana and coconut forward, but then it's just like in a shimmer oil and it's gold and just I want to be shimmery, sparkly in my swimsuits, in my pretty sundresses, and just having a fun time. I want to be sparkly as much as possible, and this is it. Like the gold sparkles on my skin just look so pretty and I love it. It's very hydrating, and I really love that it's SPF 30 as well, because I definitely think being in the sun at the resort that we're going to, like, I'm gonna get very brown, and I'm very happy that that will happen, but I also want to still make sure that I am wearing SPF as much as possible. Okay, we're just gonna do a quick round of clothing that I have loved. I haven't bought too many clothes lately, but because I feel like my style is, I don't want to say changing, but it's evolving into certain things I really want to wear. First, this blue cardigan. It is from Old Navy. It is soft, it is cotton, it's beautiful. I love it. I got it because I was wearing this dress, which is also a favorite. It is from Jessica. It is their Berry Medley summer dress that I got last year. They don't have this style anymore, but they do have a blue one that is a little bit darker than this, and I love the style of it. I'll be bringing this on my trip. And then the last thing I will say that I have loved, honestly, since I got it during the winter time, but it's definitely a spring forward dress. It is my Selkie Baby Soft Roman holiday gown. And it's probably one of the gowns I'm asked about a bunch because I posted a video of me and my boyfriend dancing in that dress. And I just think it complements my body shape and just my figure really, really well. And I love baby pink. Baby pink is my favorite color of all time. And I just think it looks cute. Now we're gonna move on to home and tech items, which I think is probably one of my favorite sections. Two things that I found secondhand on Facebook Marketplace. I have two beautiful vintage French antique dressers, and I've got them both for $400. Typically these dressers are usually like reupholstered, and people usually paint over the beautiful wood and it just doesn't look good, and people will sell them for like hundreds if not thousands of dollars online. So I've always missed out on them, and at the time I really did need a new dresser. I was tired of white furniture. I don't want white furniture anymore in my house. What I want, wood and coziness and browns. Luckily, scrolling at probably like 10 at night, I found these on sale. I got a U-Haul with me and my boyfriend, and we drove out to where they were, and I met this really lovely couple. Actually, their grandmother's furniture, and it's from the 60s, and like this is vintage real wood designed like furniture, and it also came with a beautiful vanity mirror, and then it also comes with a second dresser, which I have in our living room, and it's beautiful as well, like same color. I just love the way it looks, and it kind of gave me inspiration to want to have like a vintage-esque princess room. I also found another gem, which should have cost me like thousands of dollars, but it didn't. And I was lucky. I found the prettiest, biggest vintage Persian wool rug. I'm someone that is sadly chronically on their phone, but this was actually a perk of being on my phone constantly. I messaged that person at like 7 in the morning because I saw that they were online. I'm like, hey, I still really want this rug. Like, I can get it today. Let me know what you need. And he got back to me and he said yes. He said that someone was offering them more money, but that I'm the one that messaged them first and gave them all the information they need. So he was gonna sell it to me. And we went and we got this rug, and it was at this really, really pretty vintage house. And it was actually the rug of the first Black judge in Austin, Texas. So it's like having a little piece of memory. If I can find her name, I will put it up top. That's so cool. And it's like 100% like real wool. And this kind of rug would cost probably like $5,000, if not maybe a little bit less. But I got this for $150. That is insane. Those are basically 3 of my biggest home favorites that I found that were secondhand and by really good people that just wanted to get rid of stuff and were really nice. The next one I want to talk about is something that I've also been waiting for. It is my Lenox Spice Village. It is so pretty. I actually have one and I'll show you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, these are the Lenox Spice Villages. And you are technically supposed to put spices in them. I might do that in the future. I'm not sure I want to do that right now, but they're really for decoration. And I'm still waiting on Lenox to release a spice rack, but it's just these really beautiful ceramic designed houses, vintage looking houses, and you put spices in them. Next, I have something that I found at Anthropology, and it is so cute. It is this strawberry candle, and the scent is strawberry and guava. It's so nice. I got this when I was out with my creator friend Kayla, and we were at the mall, just chit-chatting and shopping, and this was $28, and I was kind of like, $28 for a candle is a little expensive, but once the wax is gone, I can use this for stuff, and I probably would use it for like trinkets or other things, but this smells so good. It just looks cute, and I am someone that is a lover of strawberry at anything, so I couldn't say no. The next thing I want to talk about is something that's kind of big. I am a lover of me𝜗, and I've loved me𝜗 ever since I was a little girl. Baggu came out with a collection, and it's me𝜗 themed, and I got a lot of it, and I talked about it on my TikTok, but This is part of it, but this is a me𝜗𝜗 cloud carry-on, and it's me𝜗 and strawberries, and it is so cute. I'm going on my trip soon and I'm really excited. So I got that. Got a laptop bag, which is me𝜗 and strawberries, and it's like a pastel purple. I also have the medium crescent me𝜗 bag and a me𝜗 bag heat charm that I got when I was in Japan. I also got a couple of the standard grocery bags as well. Some have tulips, strawberries, and then just a mixed print. And then I also have a couple of luggage based things for packing cubes, and that's gonna come in handy because I also have me𝜗 luggage. Can I just say that I love my cozy gaming setup? That is like my home tech favorite of all time. Many of you know that I got a new setup because I got a PC built for me for Christmas from my boyfriend, and I was able to collaborate with a couple of brands, and I got a beautiful new desk that was gifted to me, and I love it so much. It just fits the room so well, and I built a shelf and I've got some of my favorite books on it. I also started to invest in the Philips Hue light setup. So I have the Hue lights on the back of my monitors and also on the back of my desk, and they can auto sync with like what you're playing or what you're watching, and they just have like all these customizable things you could do with like lights and colors. And so many people are always asking me, especially on my TikTok and Instagram, like, what are those lights behind your desk? I'm like, it's Philips Hue. It's Philips Hue, and I love them so much. I love my PC so much. I just love everything. It just works out so well, and I'm so happy that I've been able to do this for myself. So now we're getting into the cozy hobbies, and I will say I've had basically one big cozy hobby that I've been into. I want to try out more, but this has been my favorite one so far. It's been coloring. I invested in the 320 pack of 𝜗𝜗where markers, the brush and fine tip markers, and they are like a hot commodity. So I did like this one previously in 𝜗𝜗where when I first started coloring, but I kind of put it away because I think I started following a lot of creators who are doing coloring, and I was comparing myself way too much, and I was really worried about ruining my Barbie Goods coloring books. So I ended up finding another brand called 𝜗𝜗where, and they do really cute coloring books as well. But here's an example of like my cute little froggy. I haven't finished it yet, but like a grape orchard one, that's so cute. And then I also did another one, this little cute little market one. And I don't know, guys, once I stopped trying to feel like I have to be super great at everything all the time, and typically I already know I don't have to be that way, but to put it in action is another thing. And coloring has become so therapeutic for me. I'm either reading or I am coloring before bed, and definitely reading a lot more lately, but I've started to realize that I'm allowed to still practice and learn things, and I think I would love to start getting into my Bobby Good ones now that I've understood some techniques. We're moving on to books, media, and games. Me and my boyfriend typically choose what either show or movie we'll want to watch, and we go back and forth unless we like agree on something that we've really been wanting to watch. And we decided to watch all of Adventure Time and the HBO Fiona and Cake show that they did. And guys, I've been a lover of Adventure Time since I was a child. Like, I remember coming home from 7th grade on the school bus back home and like making food and literally watching the pilot of Adventure Time. And then me and my friends all throughout middle school and high school loved Adventure Time. We would watch it like during our like pre-AP classes or during lunches. We always quote Adventure Time, but I don't remember ever finishing the show. I think I literally stopped watching probably after season 3. And so we decided to like watch it all through. And guys, there are so many things I did not remember about that show at all when it came to like story and lore. There's like bits and bobs that I've always seen of like Finn doesn't have his arm anymore and it's a robot arm. The Lich is back. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's such a good show. And the storyline is so good, and the art style is something that I think is so well known now. Like, there was Adventure Time, and then there's Steven Universe, and then there's like Bee and Puppycat. Like, that style of like animation I think was really popularized by Adventure Time. So if you've never watched Adventure Time, or have watched it a little bit but never finished, I really recommend. It's such a good show. The characters are so funny. It's very much like my type of humor, and I love the animation style, and it's just perfect. The next show that I have really been loving that I've been watching with my boyfriend is Anne with an E. It reminds me a lot of like American Girl movies, if you guys ever watched those as a child. Anne is basically this orphan. She gets hired on to work on Green Gables. The people thought that she was meant to be like a boy, but she's not, so they end up keeping her, and she goes to school going through Anne's life, and she's a ginger, and she's quirky, and she's like 12 years old, and she's slightly annoying, but like, hey, weren't we all annoying when we were 12 years old, you know? So it's nice to see girl friendships in that lens, because it's very much like what I had growing up, so love it very much. Music I have been loving, as I've said before. I've been reading a bunch, and the music that I listen to while reading is typically the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake soundtrack, and I also have a classical music playlist. I love classical music. I grew up being in orchestra and also playing piano. Classical music is something that has always helped me study and concentrate. I know people have said, oh, you shouldn't listen to music while you study, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but obviously you did not grow up being a classical music trained person. So like, I don't care about your input. Classical music helps me study and concentrate. And I love classical music when I'm reading. Nobuo Uematsu, amazing soundtrack for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake. I've also been listening to Yoko Shimomura, who is the main composer for Kingdom Hearts series. I love those. And then also just my actual like classic composers. I've been reading one book while listening to this music. It is The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. And guys, this book is so good. I remember buying it when I was in college, and I read through the first 2 books easily, but I put it down because I read a lot more, as you can see. But I felt like I've been in a reading slump after I read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and that was a great book. That was like a gothic fantasy book, and it was really, really good. I loved it, but it was very story heavy. And typically I'm like, I just need something that'll help me get back into reading. Like, what is something that I remember loving? And I remember loving The Black Witch. I'm almost done with the first book, but it's basically about our main character, Alorian Gardner. She is the granddaughter of the Black Witch, which was like this big, powerful, I guess she's kind of like a sorceress. It's like also like a race/caste system, and they're also going to magic school. So the grandmother freed her people. Basically, Alorian's race/people are the top people in the world, basically, and Alorian was raised on like her uncle's farm and like wasn't around all of that, but ended up moving to magic school. She has to befriend and converse with a lot of different races of people, and it's just her figuring out her biases. Remember, this is also high fantasy, so these people can be like part snake / part like mermaid, Selkie. It's very much like fantasy heavy forward, and there is a lot of world building in the first book, but like it's good. And for me, guys, I like romance a lot, but smut and spice is not always heavily needed in a book for me on the romance aspect. I'm fine if it's like a slow burn and it's something as simple as like a kiss or like a make out session. Like, I don't always need extra level of spice for like a romance to be interesting. And there's like a love triangle in the book. She makes friends with really great people. I really love this series, and there's 5 books. The last kind of like music media thing that I've been liking are the Animal Crossing jazz / bossa study videos. People put their villagers in like different settings at like a cafe or a cozy home or like different seasons, and they'll just add music behind it. Like, someone has made their characters like in a coffee shop, and you just get to see them like interact. It's background music for me, and it's just so cute. I love to use them for when I'm working, just as background noise and just like cute videos and stuff. So if you haven't gone onto the wave of those kind of videos, we're gonna do a speed round for games because I've been talking for way too long. First game I've really been loving is Infinity Nikki. Infinity Nikki! I love Infinity Nikki literally so much. I got under the hype because for a while when it came out in December, people were like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, it's like Genshin, or it's like a gachapon kind of game. And I was like, oh no, I'm not spending money on microtransactions. No. But I decided to try it because I got my PC and I was like, let me just see what it's about, because I see all these cute girls in these pretty dresses and doing all these fun things. Like, I want a game that I can dive into that I've never played before. And guys, the game is so good. The storyline is so good, and you do not have to spend your real money to actually enjoy the game. When I first got into the game, I will say the controls were a little bit confusing and the storyline was a little bit confusing, but halfway, like probably after playing it for a week, I really got into it. And it's so cute. You do have to pull, quote unquote, for special edition dresses that they have. They have like different ones for different seasons. That it's either, unless you're grinding in the game, you do have to spend money to pull for them. I've pulled a decent amount, and I think probably the most money I've put into is probably like $10. But you don't have to really do that if you really don't want to, and I typically don't. I just grind enough to get the items I need to be able to pull instead of spending my money. So I really recommend playing Infinity Nikki. You're just some cute girl in a new town, pretty outfits, trying to figure out what's wrong with the town, but I'm here mostly for the pretty Barbie princess outfits and just having fun and collecting and being cute and stuff. I know it's available on PS5, PC, your phone, and also your iPad. I'm not sure if it's available on any other platforms, but it's really fun. Next is Split Fiction. I do love Split Fiction, but it's a lot harder than It Takes Two. Another co-op game. It's from the same creators as It Takes Two, and you're both authors and you're trying to sell your stories, and you get stuck in this machine because you meet the CEO of the machine, and he's basically stealing your book ideas from your brains, from what I understand. So basically you guys are thrusted into the world of all your different story ideas, and it's just really fun, really interactive. There definitely are some harder gameplay aspects compared to It Takes Two. So if you're looking for a new co-op game to play with your friends or loved ones, I definitely recommend playing this game. Okay, we've almost made it to the end. The last couple of things are food and drink, and they're very minimal. So first is the Drizzlicious birthday cake flavored rice cakes. You guys, I was influenced. It sadly is worth the hype. It's so good. Birthday cake flavor tastes like a sugar cookie. The next are just like very silly things. There are 2 drinks, and it is the Honest Kids fruit punch and their cherry based drinks. It's basically juice, and I love it so much because it's not super sugary, and I really love that and like peanut butter crackers when I'm on my period and I'm cramping a lot. I tend to feel really nauseous and can't eat that much, so having those available for me during those times really help. And it tastes really nice. It's just like fresh juice, and it's not sickly sweet or anything like that. So if you're someone that also gets really nauseous during your period and has water but also wants something else but isn't like super sugary, like Honest Kids juice is so good. And the last thing that I have really loved, the Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. We typically don't buy like packs of sodas like at our house. We typically only have like sparkling water and like juices. But the Dr. Pepper Zero is really good, and I can't really tell the difference between the normal Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. We ended up finding out that it was sold in bulk at Costco, and we just got the big bulk of it. I'm hoping that they'll come out with like Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar. I know there's also like a creamy coconut flavor that's really popular in the summertime, and I'm really wanting to try that one out, but love it. It's so good. It's so delicious. I think I've talked for long enough. Those are my current spring favorites. I'm so happy I got to just like sit down and chat with you guys about what I've been loving, and hopefully I can give you some options for things that maybe you guys want to try that ends up becoming like one of your staples and your favorites. I will have everything linked below in my caption, and also I will put it in the comments. Those are all the things I've been loving. I am so excited to be using some of these things on my upcoming trip and just also enjoy the last of spring, because definitely by the end of May it will be summertime, and then we will definitely have to do a summer favorites very soon, because typically summer, even though it's really hot, it's typically a fun time, and I'm planning this year to go out and have fun and be in the water and enjoy myself. Good things are coming, and I'm just gonna enjoy the last of spring for as long as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye.